Dear Diary, it has been a long time since I last recorded. Haven't really been feeling like sitting in front of a camera, but it's also been several weeks since I finished my Halloweb shawl, and I really wanted to talk about it before I completely forgot everything that I wanted to say. So here it is. I'm wearing it. I'm going to stand up so you can see it. This is the Halloweb shawl. You can see it's very big. I am super pleased with how it turned out. And this is a shawl by Amanda Mannas, aka Mando Bug, on Mando Bug Crafts. And when this pattern released a few years ago, it's written for fingering weight yarn, and I made it instantly. I made a fingering weight version, which I believe I've shown before on the channel. It's the purple and black one. But I was very new to crochet at the time, and I knew instantly that I wanted to do a lace weight version because at the time, my favorite thing to make was lace weight shawls, knitted lace weight shawls. Amanda didn't plan on making a lace weight pattern, but she did feed me some numbers on the best way to start a lace weight shawl, because you have to, cast on more stitches and do more repeats and everything. There's a lot of math to figuring it out. It's not as simple as just doing this same pattern with smaller yarn, unless you want a smaller pattern. Okay, go play, please. I'm talking to my camera. So at the time I was really new to crochet, and once I hit the end of her suggested start, I couldn't figure out how to continue from there. So I think when she sent me her suggested start, it was basically this top part here and this part and this, and that was what she sent me initially. And so then when it was time to start this part, I think it looks like a honeycomb stitch. I don't really know what the stitch is called. I couldn't figure it out, and so it just sat in hibernation for a really long time, and I did a bunch more crochet. I actually crocheted a fingering weight shawl out of my own hand spun during that time, and I just really learned more about how crochet works. And when I came back to it, I was able to figure it out myself. And so these dark gray stripes are increased rows, and so I doubled the number of increases. So I think in the original pattern it's 5 rows, and I did 10. And so this section I did twice. Did it once, and then I did it again to make it wide enough to make the shawl the size I wanted. And then this one was really hard. I couldn't figure out a great way to do it. I didn't think it would look good doubling it, because then you would just have 2 of these triangles on top of each other, and that would look weird. So I tried to extend it by adding a couple of rows in the center. It's okay, but it's not the same height as this one because I didn't double it. And then for the border, I just left the border the same. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. I did these size 6 beads in orange, and I have no idea how many I used. I think I started out with 2 tubes like this, but I know I had to go back and buy more a couple of times. So I didn't keep records, so I don't have a final count. The hook I used, it was a 1.9 millimeter crochet hook, and then the yarn. So the yarn, and this has such good drape, and a huge part of that is because it's lace weight and it's very thin. But the other reason why the drape is so good is because I did Juniper Moon Finley was the yarn I used. This yarn is 50% wool, 50% silk. And so the silk just gives it this amazing flowy drape. It's just, look at this. It's so great. And this is, I can't read, 789 yards for a ball. So I had to buy 2 balls of the dark. So this color is Dove. That's the color I did the lace section in. And then the solid section, the color I used was Graphite. And so I literally had 1.5 rows left on the last row. and I ran out of yarn. So I had to buy a second ball, but I literally only did like 2 rows with it, which is a lot. This is like 800 stitches a row. Once you get towards the bottom of the shawl, it's big. It's big. And so then I thought I was going to run out of the dove, so I bought a second skein of the dove, 2, but I ended up not needing to open it. So it's really 1 skein of dove and then 1 skein of graphite with just a little bit left over the graphite. So basically I have enough to make another project with this yarn. Which is going to be great in the future after I make something that's not gray. Because this is gray stripes, and then I'm working on the Amanda's Halloween mystery crochet along right now. I'm working on the Lift Your Spirits cowl, and I'm doing that in a gray color as well. But I need a break from gray because I'm doing a lot of gray shawls. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say about this pattern. I'm drawing he completely threw off my train of thought. This is why I don't record videos anymore. I never get any time to myself. But yeah, I'm just really happy with it. It's just so big. I mean, look at this. It's huge. I posted pictures in Amanda's Facebook group a while back when I first finished it. So you can see pictures there, and I have pictures on Instagram of it, like, you know, the wide shot, because I got my husband to take pictures. But that's really all I wanted to say about the shawl. I'm really happy about it. I guess I'll just add at the end here, I have started a little bit of a yarn scrapbook / diary. It's not very good, don't laugh, but I had these knitting stickers, and I was trying to think of something I wanted to do with them. And I had originally thought I would put them on my iPad case, but that didn't end up being something I wanted to do. And also I realized, you know, you get a new iPad like every 6 years or so. I wanted these stickers to be more permanent than that. So what I did was I just printed out a piece of paper and laminated it, and I put my stickers on it. So it says Knitwhim Diaries. This one, I really love this sticker. Look at that. There's a skull with crystals and crochet hooks. And then these are stickers from the Paradise Fiber Club of the Months. You get a sticker per month. I really like this Rainbow Universe one, and then this one was from the Yin Yang one. This one, Life's a Stitch, this was a free sticker that came from this Etsy shop. And so I can't wait to get my ghost sticker for the Lift Your Spirits cowl. It's going to go here when I get it. I ordered my yarn too soon, and so it didn't come. I ordered my yarn from Mozzarella Yarns, but she didn't have the stickers yet, and my yarn shipped before she got the stickers. So then I'm like doing like, see, this is just so like not well done, but this is yarn that I've bought this year. So this is this mozzarella yarn for the ghost shawl. This is the Finley yarn for the Halloweb shawl. This is the beads. Bead Biz is where I got the glow in the dark beads for the ghost shawl. So just so I have, and the reason I started doing this, aside from wanting a place to put my stickers, is that I would forget details about my projects that never make it to Ravelry. I'm more likely to write something down by hand, and you know, I'll go on Ravelry and I want to know information about a project, and I have a project page, but nothing's written on it. So, this is the business card, Unity Designs. That's where the skull sticker came from. And then I have like a pattern. This is all backwards. So this is the list of projects that I've started this year. So right now I just have 3 projects on here because it's from when I started the journal, not from the beginning of the year. And then I have a page for swatches where I'm going to put all of my swatches in one place, because the problem I have is I have some tops that I want to make coming up, and I swatched for them a long time ago when I first bought the yarn, and I still have the swatches, but I don't have the notes telling me what needles I used. So the swatch is completely useless if you don't know what needle you used. You can measure the gauge, you know what gauge your swatch is, but you don't know how to achieve that gauge because you don't have that information. So I'm going to start writing it down, and that's one of the biggest things I don't have on my Ravelry pages, because I tend to swatch before I start the Ravelry page. And so then it's not there. And then I started trying to do these scrapbook type panels. So this is Lift Your Spirits, and it has the crochet, it's a crochet hook with the size, and it has my yarn information, and because this is for the Lift Your Spirit shawl, so I wrote down the dates when the clothes are coming out. And I have some cute stickers too. So it's something. It's not like the most amazingly, I've seen like people who are in the scrapbooking, they do some really cool stuff, but it is what it is. And then I attempted to do a spider web for the Halloweb one, and it's all sorts of wonky, but you know, I've got some fuzzy spiders on there, and it is what it is. I had fun. It's just something to do during the day when my kid is bouncing around, and for whatever reason, I don't feel up to reading a pattern. I don't have the Lift Your Spirits shawl on me, but I want to show you. I was feeling really smug because I was flawlessly following the pattern and not needing to count stitches or do anything until clue 3, because the chart, I'm using the chart and not the written instructions. The chart is so wide that Amanda had to cut it in half. So like it's, you know, chart 3A and then chart 3B underneath. And so you start at one side and you go down, and then you go to the next part and you go down. And then for the next row, you start on this side and you go this way. So I was having problems where I was not remembering whether I was reading it from right to left for the row, and where I was accidentally reading the wrong, the line below. And so what I ended up doing, I hope this isn't giving too much of the pattern away, is I ended up putting this tape on. The row I'm following is in between the two lines, and I have green is for a double crochet that's in a chain space. Orange is when you're skipping a double crochet on the previous row. This yellow, these are half double crochets. I don't want to forget to do that. And then I've even like folded it, because see this is where the second, this is a chart and this is a chart. And so I folded it so I'm not seeing any of the rows I've already finished. And it's just like that. That's what I'm having to do, because I was just having so much dyslexia problems. But I'm going to be all done talking now. So hopefully my next video will be about Lift Your Spirit shawl progress, because it won't be done. And I'm expecting my first order from Hobie Yarns to be coming in the mail soon. So I look forward to talking to you about that. And until next time, bye.